Hey guys, how's it going? I've gotten just a couple questions since making the Golem GPU-Provider video, how to. And so I'm just going to go through real quick and show you guys a couple of usage commands, how to SSH in from your Windows setup so you don't have to like go over and plug into your Linux box or whatever. How to change the name of the provider, the node, and also how to change your price too if you want to do that. So I'll just go through those real quick right now. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you how to SSH into your Golem GPU Provider setup. I'm actually just doing this from like a Windows 11 setup right now, but you could do it from Mac like this or a Linux box as well. I'm going to just open up a terminal. You can use PowerShell or the regular terminal. And once you get that open, you are going to need to know the local IP address of the GPU provider that you're trying to SSH into. And so there's a couple different ways you can do that. If you know, you should already know it because we needed to port forward, I think it was 11,500, and you need to know your LAN IP for that. So you can hop into your router with 192.168.1.1 or 0.1, whatever your router is, and get the IP of your Golem GPU provider. So once you know the IP of your provider, you can just do SSH Golem at and then the IP. Mine's 192.168.1.166. Then it's going to prompt you for your password. That password is the one that came along during the setup of your GPU provider. So just give me a second. I'm going to type that password in right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do now that I'm logged in, when you log in, you'll see Golem at Golem GPU Provider, or just provider there, and I'm going to check the name. So you're going to do Golem SP settings show, and it should, yeah, there you go. So I have my node name, adventurous offer, right here. I just put this back online. Actually, I'm ready to do a test. So my next video is going to be the test I'm going to be doing. This memory amount, however, is wrong. I actually have 64 gigs of RAM on this system, so I need to figure out what's going on there. Here is the price that I had set during setup for my GPU here, 0.864 Golem per hour. Alright, so my settings were a little off because I had set up and gone through the wizard with the GPU provider, and I had taken it offline and made some changes, and so I ended up just going back in and redoing that from scratch. So now everything's good to go. I'm going to show you now how we can change the price. So you come in, let's just take a look at everything. Golem SP settings show. I have changed my node name to AlphaMine. You have to reboot for these settings to take into effect. And this new setup, actually, I got a job this morning and it's been running. So I don't really want to reboot it yet. I'm going to let that job go before I have any of these changes take into effect, but I just want to show you guys how to do this. So show will get you your cores, memory, and disk space, as well as your pricing per CPU per hour, Golem per CPU per hour, and this is just the environment, and I guess like GPU per hour for the whole thing. Next, we're going to run a command so that we can change the price. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to do the Golem SP settings set command, and we're actually going to do -- help so that we can see a list of all the available commands here within this Golem SP settings set. And in order to change the price, we are actually going to do this environment -hour, and this is going to allow us to set our working environment per hour price. So I actually want to change mine to just 1 Golem per hour. So I'm going to do Golem SP settings set -- environment per hour and set it to 1. And let's check and see if that worked by doing Golem SP settings, and then show. And there you go, our node name, the amount of cores. You want to leave one thread available for everything to run in the background, so don't ever max out your threads. And here we have it. It's 1 golem per hour now. And so there's a couple other commands we can do with the golem SP setting set. You can change your node name, the amount of RAM available, and the price of CPU worker per hour. And that's how you change your price, is through this environment per hour. Now, so one last thing I want to do here actually is allocate all the RAM on the system to the GPU provider. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM on the system, and so I'm going to do 60 of it. So I'm going to do golem SP settings set. Let's see all those commands again. So golem SP settings set, and we're going to do, I want to change it to 60 gigs, not all 64. So I'm going to do -- memory here. And then it looks like I'm going to enter in 60 capital G I lowercase I B. Okay, and let's see if that took golem SP settings show. Nice. Okay, so it looks like that went through. And so there you go. That's how you change the RAM, just by using that command there. Now, in order for these to take into effect, you need to reboot your system. And I actually reset everything. And so, oh wow, would you look at that? It looks like it took. I'm pretty sure you have to reboot for the prices to take into effect. It also says in the frequently asked questions that the prices will not take into effect until the agreements you're currently in are over. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, that should do it. Thanks, guys.